company is ILEG Technology Screens. I'll do a fast setup. This is usually what I do when I'm out there doing the demonstrations on our screen paints. Let me get this lens cleaned up a little bit better. Okay, that's better. Equipment over here. Should be good to go. And this is the portable projection screen I use on site. I usually don't use the Fire Stick. I usually tether it from my phone, but I figured out how to use my hotspot on my cell phone to operate the Fire Stick I'm away when demonstrations. Just read about a few minutes ago how to do it. Equipment bag. Cameras when I'm on site. Data cables. Extension cord. Power surge. Cord. Power surge. Make sure you protect your equipment because you don't want to get damaged. That's why I don't plug anything in any outlet because you never know what could be on it. So I want to get a couple of demonstrations on here. Just want to show the setup, but I'm going to do a couple of demonstrations to do a mashup video that I need for the website. No, that's a filter. That's what that is. Here's our NEC we use on site. Adapter. Oh wait, running Fire Stick. We don't need data cable. That's when we're on site. We're doing that to the cell phone. Use your cell phone to make the video. So we don't need to do that anymore. That's we're inside. We can use the Wi-Fi because everything here is hooked up to the Wi-Fi. Look what my phone has. I pay for mobile hotspots. I don't even use it. I gotta look into that on how to use it. Drop our power cord in. I had a couple projectors to buy. They're very affordable. Power to our unit. Now I just do the one setup when I come on here. The rest of everything is promos. I'm going to do a mashup for the website. showing the technology offline, online, stuff like that. Keystone. Okay, demonstration ILEG. There we go. That's it. No calibration, no dark environments, no expensive projectors, none of that. Done. This is usually what I do when I go on site. That's all I got to do. That's it. I don't have to worry about the environment. None of that. We just set up and move on. One of the places I saw, they got this great big huge high powered bar light. It's a huge light. I'm going to see if we can get something where we can set the screen up where it's actually hanging off that. That'd be a nice impressive demonstration. That's it. That's all I do. I go in. Owners come over. I look at the screen. They see it's black. They touch it and all that stuff like that. And then we set it up and boop. That's it. That's it. $600. $600 to $800. And that's just for a screen. That's what we for set up. That involves projector, screen. We have to build anything, put anything together. It involves all that. But you mean that's why I said in the day, you have to know how to build screens by scratch. Because you're going to have to build sometimes. And that's what we have to do at 2 locations. We have to build the screens to put them in. They don't make screen size like that. Not to fit those areas, they don't. $4K Snow screensavers. 11. We do 11. Let's see. Oh. I have to do this tomorrow. Monday, I got to do it again 3 or 4 times. Got several locations I got to be at. So I got to start hiring people to do this. I don't mind doing it. It's fun. The going to meet new people. Customers all get to see the demonstrations. So, yeah, it works. Really thinking now. And we got people complaining about the ultra short videos. We know who they are. But anyway, your stuff don't work. I could do a demonstration tomorrow with the ultra short, though, a challenge, a match or better. It'll never get met. You don't have black leverage. You can't read that. There's no point in it. It's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time to give you a match and better challenge. I've done dozens of them, and nothing was met or ever challenged. So next stage is courtroom. That's what we're going to challenge you at. So got a few people came in, not them, some other people came in, and they're saying, well, you can't say that because gray screens. Oh, well, you know what? I'm not having this conversation with you. It is a waste of my time. We'll take it to court. And you can explain your point of view to a judge how a gray screen reads that. I don't have time to go back and forth with you. The minute you said, well, I said, nope, we're done with this conversation. We're moving on. I'll see you in court. Can't run that mumbo jumbo projector nonsense to me on the projector, blah, blah, blah. No, stop it, please. Sharp 4K demonstration. So projector we're using is the same we're using all the demonstrations, whether it be in here or out there, is the $16.25 projector. That's what you got to pick up. I'm going to do this demonstration on a well-lit environment tomorrow. Just like I'm doing here. You have to read that 100% black level. If you change the environment, you fail. Because again, like I said, these companies at the end of the day are not going to darken the environment, especially when it can just get LED or TV. So you have to convince them that not to spend the TV, not to spend the LED, that you could do the same thing but better. Both those units can read black. Can't change the environment, can't do anything. That's like a great video for a showcase. I gotta tell them right now our locations. I get bored real quick. I'm actually already bored with this area. I've been here too many times. I need a challenge. I need to go to someplace else with more lighting. So we got another setup when we go into. We should get tons of light in there. I want to do a classroom. That is going to be fun. Whew. so much lighting. Next time, I have to get a projection screen with a tripod system. These stand-up models are nice, but they have to be on a balanced area. They don't stand at all, period. This would be really nice. If I can just get it angled. It won't stay. Oh well, sorry about that. It's getting conquer. I'm going to like this to work. What's the deal with these things? Well, they don't stay. Little good there. This is cooking. Got that. That won't stay. This is the same length as that one, or just one longer? The same length. This one looks a little bit longer. Look, just by an inch. 1 little inch. Man, that would have been perfect. It's lightning, you got a ton of lightning. This is good, but it's not enough light. I've done this before already. I'm kind of bored with this already. Definitely bored with it. This would have been perfect. Just, where's here? Making sure it doesn't fit in there. Oh, it's a lock stand. Oh, okay, that's cool. I know you can do that. Learn something new every day. I didn't know you could do that. Oh. So the stand actually works as a system that when you, oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that. See? You have these screens, all your lighting, still. So I wanted it there, right there, underneath that lighting. That's would have been perfect right there. Good, right under the lighting. I miss my condensed lighting so much. If I had the lighting right on top of the screen, that was a very good area to do demonstrations at, because it was right there. Lighting was right there. That's what I liked about it so much. I love areas with plenty of light. That's why I can't wait to get my shirt on. I have tons of light everywhere. I mean, that's pretty. I like that. So much light on it. That's what I'm talking about. Do the graphics on it. And it doesn't. Graphics on it. Cool. Yeah, it would have to be that. If it's the whole thing, it definitely would have to be that. But keep it down. Let me see. Oh. I'll be closer. Yeah, it's a gray wall. These walls are gray. So you can get an idea that these walls here, these are light gray. These are the exact same color as screen paint today. I was kind of shocked when I came. I was like, you know what? This is the same color as a gray screen. Yep. Exact same color. Can't read contrast for nothing. Same thing. So whatever color this is, it's actually a very good gray. A very good. It has a kind of a bluish tint to it. It's actually perfect. But can't match her stuff. See, this is why I say contrast is everything. It's neat. Red screen. See? Doesn't work. Gray screen can't read it. You can say gray screen because, yeah, these walls are the exact same color as some of the gray screen paints I see on the market today. The exact same color. That light gray. Doesn't read. Blue screen. I don't know that. I don't know that. Green screen. Can't see color. I could do this all day. Can't see color. So when we bring these screens in here, the first thing they do, they look at these walls. They know the color of these walls. These gray. It's like what's the difference between that? Can they pick up a? Yeah. You can't see color. Your colors literally come out like that. Now I guarantee you, whatever shade of color this is, which is actually a really good color, gray, for a screen, I would do it and never use it because it can't read the contrast. But to go against you guys, yeah, this is a more worse version of, or just say a more dangerous version than the Network Gray 773. It has a really good color to it. Well, I used to make gray screen paints back in the day, so I know what I'm talking about. So you would have a rough time with whatever this is. I'm going to see if you can get me a sample of this, so I can take it down to Home Depot and make a copy of it, because, yeah, we do a half and half with this stuff. Oh, man. Yeah, you're going to gray screens have a really rough time with that one. Purple screen. You notice that pale washed out color? Yeah, every single time. So lightning strikes in the background. No, can't take full commercial. Not gonna have whatchamacallit them, some copyright issues. That's why I said this apex. We go in and we paint the letter K in the middle of your screen don't function anymore. The contrast level you thought you were seeing fails, your color fails, you don't read any of that. You want to get the bragging about white levels, put you against an Imperial. You know, Imperial's there at the end of the day. Change color of your screen. There's no way in the world, whatever color that wall is, it's not going to make this part look unwatchable. 4K is no screensaver, cottage. See? Impossible. You would never have that image look that black where you couldn't see it. Mind you, it's what courtrooms look like when you walk into these babies at the end of the day. This is what's going to happen to you when you walk in there. Mind you, you said my screen was so dark it was unwatchable. And we're going based by your demonstrations from what y'all said, right? That's not gonna go well. Usually you guys will be sitting here and there, and I'm gonna be sitting here and here, arbitrator, and I'll have to do this demonstration just like this. And you'll have your video be right up on there like that. And you'll have to be able to go in and make sure it does exactly as you said it does, or you're gonna owe me a lot of money. Let me see. Let's go over to, let me see, OLED 4K demonstrations. Go with this one. Yeah, I saw this, I was thinking, man, this would be perfect to put a screen right underneath that lighting, and then having it a little bit splash off the wall would be fantastic for a demonstration. So I think I'm going to do 2 promos like this and then use that for the mashup on site and basically between here and different settings. I want to do several demonstrations of the screen in different settings. Look at the blue, look at the colors, everything. As I said before, you have to be to switch up in your video. You can't do that. Your environments are rehearsed. I can tell by looking at your environment that everything in there is rehearsed. So you can't just go and swap out a projector. You can't just go in and move a screen from here to there, especially in an area where there's more lighting. This will disrupt your picture quality. The area is rehearsed. No, I'm not doing 20 minutes. It's way too much. I'll do this one. Now see other colors in the wah-wah, because you can't pick up recolor. The gray screens don't pick it up. Now some of you may sit there and say, well, my screen, don't say that. Please, don't say that. Because then you'll make me turn this into a high-performance screen paint, and I'll stick it on you guys, and you guys will be stuck with this challenge at the end of the day you just don't want. So don't say that. Your stuff will match just about anything. I mean, literally, I've tested it, trust me. I already made the other guy's stuff out of hobby paint, kids' hobby paint, and he couldn't even do the demonstration, he sent it back. $11 for hobby paint. So, and we know, just by looking at your screen, if it's reading correctly. So the shining coming off the armor, see all that? Remind you, my projector is 600 by 800 720p SVGA, $16.25. It's not even using an HDMI port. It's using HDMI to VGA, which means the signal drops. And it's still picking up a sharp visual image. You know why? Because the screen's 100% black. That's why. Gray and white screens, or white screens are still needed. Why? Because I'd rather paint over a white screen than paint over a gray screen. Gray screen's going to cost me more money because they consider that to be an upgrade when technically it's not. So I'd rather paint over the white screen. White screen still has value. Look at that. Look how much color is gone from hitting the gray surface. That's a lot of color missing. So that means if my projector over here, I think it's a 2011, 2012 model, can't read next to that gray surface, then well, those high-end projectors that are way more advanced than mine, you ain't picking up jack. With the armor on the machine versus that wall. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a promo like this. This will be perfect. Now, imagine if I was taken to court because you made a statement you see black, and we did this to you in here and there. That is never going to go well. I wouldn't even attempt walking that into a courtroom. I wouldn't even entertain the thought. Now, making a statement that the black technology engineer is unwatchable, that's a doozy. A very expensive one. Very, very expensive one. Those of you come Monday morning, we're following a couple of you on that particular topic. That you made statements, got your videos and everything to show in court. Let's see if you do the same thing we do here. Mind you, I can't express enough, and I hate to keep saying this, but those videos come with prison time. It's a very serious accusation you made about my company. So yeah, they come with prison time. Imagine going to jail for some paint that you never even purchased but made false accusations about. At least you bought it. You don't even have a receipt. You have nothing to stand on. Nothing. That's pretty bad. Let's see where we're going to go from here. Now, we did. What demonstration we did? We did ultra short though, right? We did some cheap projectors, right? We did a swap out in the middle of the projector, you know, stuff like that. Compared to what everybody else did today. They were on site just the day before, and now we're about to be on site. It was actually Friday, I think it was on site. Thursday, I think it was. And I got to go back on. Everybody's still sitting in the dark environments, trying to muster up some image. I don't read at all, period. Won't pick up. The white will pick up on your side, just can't read that contrast level. Now I know, we'll get some people sit there and say, that's not my screen paint, it won't react that way. Okay, we'll just have to do another setup, a network ready 773. That's a bit of a monster to go through, but this stuff right here, I can see right here, this stuff is brutal. I wonder what color this is. I'm going to take a picture of this and go to Home Depot and get the exact same color. I'm pretty sure you can do it off a picture shot. It's a very interesting color. And we'll make it a challenge. We won't put anything in it. That's what makes it worse. When there's nothing in it, that's when it's much worse. Because if you match something that came off a shelf that there's nothing in it, that is pretty bad. That means your stuff isn't worth jack. And the other one, well, he made some interesting statements in the email. I forgot to read those particular parts. One, we said our product is nothing but Home Depot paint. Ooh, that's going to cost you a lot of money. What was the other one? There's another one that was in there that was also very interesting. He said that's the reason why I call you the biggest scammer on YouTube, which you admitted that. That's going to cost you some prison time. That's fraud against my business. So it shows that you made false accusations against my company, which you clearly stated in the email. That's why I call you the biggest scammer on YouTube. Means that, Mr. Fernando, you're going to get an additional 10 years added to your sentence already. I'm going to prosecute you on that. And it shows at the end of the day that you are the ringleader who started all that. So, enjoy the 5 bench warrants you'll receive if you don't show up. Oh yeah, we're filing 5 criminal charges. Private, they're called private civil complaints or whatever. We're going to file 5 of them. If he doesn't show up, he's going to receive 5 bench warrants. Do you have any idea the amount of police that are going to be at that front door for 5 bench warrants? So I would suggest you show up. told on himself. I've never seen, my buddy was looking at the email and said, well, this is self-snitching on so many levels. Larry said in an email, that's why I said that you are the biggest scammer on YouTube. And yet, Fernando, none of your products did well. Not one. All of them house paint, every single one of them. Which I'm going to challenge your company in court also too about that too. But yeah. So we got you actually admitting it. That's all we needed. We're good. So that means he gets blamed. Well, everybody gets in trouble for what they did, but he gets blamed for everybody else's action. Which means he's the head leader of all of it. He just admitted it in an email. Yeah, I'm saying anything else back to my account, have you? Nah, you did something real stupid. I guarantee your wife screamed at you about it. I guarantee she saw that email and she screamed at you about it. You literally just told us everything. 5 bench warrants you're going to receive if you don't show up. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I think I'm going to stop here. This is where I'm going to basically start doing my promo. This is better. Half off the wall and the screen. Got the projector right here. This is perfect. I like this setup right here. I'm going to move these chairs back a little bit. I think this is absolutely perfect. That's the first thing I got when I came here. The guy was asking, like, what's the comparison between that and the wall? Because most people just hit a wall. I remember at one point, he wasn't around at this time. He wouldn't know anything about these discussions and these debates on forum sites when white screens were challenging white walls. He wasn't around on that. And one of the other debates was when DOP came out. It was DOP versus LCD. It was another one that came on the other topics. But I remember that people were talking, you can just use your white wall, but they're saying the white screen has some perks to it. It was all different interesting topics. But you guys weren't around for any of that. Of course you weren't. Nope. You went around with ADS forums with brimming with people made gray screen paint on every single level you could possibly think of. You weren't around. Isn't that beautiful? Yep. All right. I am going to get my promos in. And Monday morning, well, we begin filing. So keep in mind, for those of you, be careful. Don't get on YouTube and jump the gun too quick and say, oh, nothing happened. It doesn't happen like that. You should know how the court system works. It takes time, about 12 to 30 days. Everything has to be looked over very thoroughly to make sure there's enough evidence to prosecute. You should have no problem with that. And then from there, we have to get it to a judge's desk. And then, or their desk, or what they call it in the day. And anyway, once that's done, then we can get ready for process servers. And then you will know that you're being sued in court. And then later on, once all that's done, you don't show up for that, right? Next stage is criminal charges. You might want to show up for those. Nobody wants a bench warrant. Some of you may be getting 2 or 3 sets of criminal charges filed against you because you did a lot of stuff. So you don't show up to those, you may get 3 or 4 bench warrants on you. So I would advise show up. All right, well, tomorrow's a new day. Wow. So sorry for some of these people, really messed up really bad. So then we got these demonstrations to do. I'm going to be out and about having some fun. And also too, now I want to do more demonstrations on this. Man. That's another thing too. When gray screens do this, that wall is gray behind them. Oh, they're going to have a problem. If it's white behind them, they're definitely going to have a problem because it's definitely going to blend in. So you have to make sure it fits in. They can't do over splashes. You ever seen them do a splatter screen before? They don't do splatter screens. They can't even do splatter screens against black paint. You know why? Because the black paint can read a contrast and they can't. Even though it can read, it's black paint. It's going to read a contrast regardless. Whatever you get, it's going to read that. But next to our technology, it can't read color and it can't read white levels. But next to a gray screen, it can read contrast levels and they can't. It'll make their product look pretty bad. That's why you don't see them do a lot of splatter screens. I've never seen a gray screen draw into their own screen with gray paint. We did it with black paint. Never seen you do that before. That is one of the things we want to have you do in a courtroom to show that your product is nothing more than house paint. You draw into the screen, paint into your screen with some everyday cheap house paint versus the price of yours versus the paint we just got off of Home Depot. Make sure that you have no testing on a product that you have been selling to consumers and even lying on your channel. So you want to challenge your companies. All right, let me get what I got to get done here. I'm finished up. Short promos. And that's it. I think I'm gonna do them here instead because this is more of a challenge. I told you I was bored. I've done too many demonstrations here. I was bored. I had to find something different to do. This is actually fantastic. I like this. I'm gonna have to get my buddy to design my halo system that clamps on. I need my halo system. I'm used to a lot more light. Even that's dark to me. That's not even well lit to me. Even though to most people they wouldn't survive in here, that's nothing. That's easy. That's not even a challenge for me. That's why I'm looking at it. It's not even a challenge. Nice, but it's not well lit enough. No, not. Usually when I see screens do these type of demonstrations, what they'll do is they'll stay away from those contrast levels. Are dangerous. Keep it to nice bright images. You're a fool. You make you think you're getting something when you're not. Like if I were to go black background, beta fish, you can't survive that demonstration. Because that demonstration in the background is 100% black. You would have an extremely difficult time firing up in there. See? You'd have to read that black level. You could never do that. I guarantee you, when we get a chance to get in those trade shows, I guarantee you're going to make it so that we're in a different section, I bet you, than the other screens. Because we're a threat to them. Now look at that, look. Where's the black level? It's not even there. We're reading the color and contrast at the exact same time. No, you see I can do that on live? So easy, no problem. Can you do that? Do you have that much confidence in your product that you can literally shift your whole entire projector over to show the difference between your product and a gray wall? Watch. Watch the fish, contrast, color, all come to life. I hope you guys are ready for court. You're going to get destroyed in that courtroom, so you know that. It's going to be pretty bad for some of you. But you're on a very valuable lesson. Next time, stay in your lane. When we get in the courtroom, don't even bother looking in my direction. I will show you no mercy in there. I plan to take everything from you, including time. You owe it to me. So be ready. Oh, look at the chair. The chair is picking up too. Isn't that pretty cool? See, you're not ready for this at all. And this is the apex. It's the one you guys said on camera. They said it didn't work. Now, mind you, the people we caught doing those demonstrations, these lawsuits are way over the $500,000 mark. They're up there. And those you want to get into the field and make product, this makes you nervous, you'll have to do this. You would do this in front of a crowd of people. You would do this in front of business owners. You would do this live. Every single day you'll do this. You don't get a chance to do it one time and never do it again. No, you would do this multiple times over and over again. Hey, look, he's on the chair. He's on the chair. Go back over to the screen. Go back over to the screen. Get on over there. Get over there. Dancing in the moon. You know why you have to be prepared for this? Because somebody will come along and move your projector for you. Yep. They'll walk into your booth and they'll move your projector. And they'll take pictures of it. Of your screen blended into a gray or white wall. Or you can take a piece of paper, come in and put it up against your screen. Or they do stuff like that. Yeah, good luck. AK, no, 4K demonstrations. See, assault rifle, every single time. 4K demonstrations. I don't even know how that's possible, those things are banned. See the commercial? I told you, everything has contrast. Look at the commercial, contrast. It's a Coca-Cola commercial. It's that it was, just not reading it. Over there, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, we're good. I'll show on this side. Okay, either way. You have a power surge for that TV there. I'd be freaked out to put that thing directly into a wall. Definitely be freaking out. Anyway, as I said before, the naysayers at the end of the day, it is your job at the end of the day to hate my technology. It's your job. It's your job to be jealous, to be bitter. It's your job. It's my job to come out here and show you at the end of the day when you are completely wrong. It's my job to sue you in court and take everything from you and throw you in jail. That's my job. So, boy, this is going to be bad. There's going to be a lot of people crying in court for this one. Anyway, so, yeah, it's your job to hate on my stuff. That's your job. You're a hater. It's your job. Can't make anything better. Don't design anything. Just go on the channel and just hate on other people's stuff. But the problem with you is you crossed the line. So, yeah. Look at that. Look at the difference in that rose and that gray wall. Man, I'm going to take that same gray screen paint, upgrade it, and throw it right back at you guys. Crush it on our technology and throw it right back at you guys. I bet you match your products. You couldn't even operate a great screen in here. It's not even a lot of lighting in here. It's really not a lot of lighting. To me, it's still dark. Not a lot of lighting here. Because I'm used to being at 24,000, that's why. I'm used to a much brighter environment. But just look how much of that image is missing. That gray screen couldn't read in here. I wonder if this paint will match this wall. Where's my bag at? Yeah, I bet you $100. That's why I saw that email. She's probably yelling at him. So why in the world, of all people, would you send that guy that type of information? That was a bad idea to do, man. Very bad idea. But, you know, he follows the devil, and that's what the devil does to you. Do that type of stuff. Let me see. Starfield screensaver? You've got to be kidding me. The minute we get up there, it falls right down. Right, it knows that no, not today, my friend. Not today. We have to move it. Yes, we are. Whether you like it or not. Got to be up there. I got to see this for myself. Stay up there. Give me this one right here. That's not contrast, but that one is slightly darker than the wall. Just has to I want to see something real quick here. Because this gray paint here behind me, this wall, is a very interesting shade. See, this is the testing they should have been doing on their channel of putting their products against other great paints. They should have been doing this a long time ago, and they never did them. They just sold the product. So if someone takes you to court on this and they say, hey, your stuff is just matching everyday paint, you're in a lot of trouble. You can't back that up. These are the tests you should have been doing. These are very important. You have to do these tests. We do them all the time. They're called black versus black tests. That's why I can make my own version of black paint with the silver, mica, all that stuff in it, and it doesn't match my stuff because my stuff is tested. So let's help some people out, because some people are colorblind and they really don't know colors because they have gray screens. I hate to say it, but it's true. That's what you're reading. You still can't see black. They literally think that is black. That's not black, that's gray. 4K demonstrations. Oh, wait till you see this. White screen saver. See? That's the same paint we made off the video. Same paint. We made it with 2 tablespoons of black paint into white paint. Its white levels are absolutely horrible. I told you I tested this stuff. We tested this stuff, the white levels are absolutely, really, really bad. But what they do is they put it next to a high-powered machine that kind of covers and camouflages all that. These machines, you can't camouflage jack, because these machines are old. That's why we like to use them. You don't get all that 4K, tri-laser, and all that stuff, billions of colors, and 2:1 contrast to camouflage your screen. No, you get nothing when you use these machines. They will show you what your screen really is. And as you can see, his gray paints come up entirely too dark. That's why when I was looking at the screen, I said, wow, this make a good gray screen paint. If I was going against somebody's other gray screen paint, yeah, it picks up much higher. Neither one can see black. So you can't sit there and say, well, one sees a better shade. No, no, no. They're supposed to see black. This is the part I find interesting and funny at the same time. When I have people saying, well, this one picks up a little darker shader. No, they don't see black. The object is to see black. The Starfield screensaver is showing you black. Neither one of them are reading black. Pick it up again. Starfield screensaver. There we go. So it doesn't make a difference if one pulls a shade slightly darker than the other. Neither one can read actual black, because that's what you're looking for. That's what you're putting up, actual black. If we were to go black screensaver. Now, that's black right there, 100%, right? Now we put it up, what do we get? Black is on right now, so I can show you that it's actually running right now. So they'll sit there and say, oh, this one right here pulls a higher black level. No, it can't see black. If it was black, it would be picking up the same thing as the TV over here would be picking up. It would be picking up black. So whether yours is a darker gray or gunmetal or whatever it may be, it still doesn't read 100% black. It just picks up a darker shade of gray, that's all. This is what we challenge in court. You're not seeing actual black. 4K snow screensavers. That's why you didn't see a lot of demonstrations using low-end projectors. Mostly all high-end performance machines they use to try to mimic, and they use them on a lot of standalone demonstrations. But that's how its product really reacts to white levels. It's extremely poor. I'm going to do a promo on this one too. Also, how do gray screens really react to? Well, this is a very nice blend. I don't know what color it is, but it puts up a very high white level. I'll tell you that much. And if you're saying at the end of the day, well, my gray screen picked up a better contrast. You don't see black. It doesn't make a difference what color, darker gray your product is. It doesn't read black. This is actually black. So all that time he's getting on camera and telling people that his product was kind of lighter, it's actually darker. All right, I am going to be doing a little short promo demonstration. I gotta go. Thank you for your time, and God bless.